How's it going? This is Hoiman, and we're now in the year 2024. So, yeah, I just thought, first video for the new year, so I just thought I'd kind of update my thumbnails to have like a new look for a more modern appearance, I guess, because the image I've been using for my thumbnails was like when I started this channel, so like 4 or 5 years ago now. So I'd say the way I looked back then to how I look now has kind of changed quite a bit. But in terms of the new year itself, I didn't really bother staying up to see the fireworks, just because I tend to go to sleep quite early, or rather, the medication makes me extremely drowsy before midnight. So, yeah, I went to sleep quite early on New Year's Eve. I did watch a little bit of the Sydney fireworks, since that was at a different time. But, yeah, I didn't stay up to watch it. I mean, I feel like every year it's pretty much the same thing. Like, it's always at London Eye fireworks, the patterns and the colours they use are always quite similar. But as for the new year itself, so far, I suppose I wouldn't say it's been the greatest start, just because I have still been binge eating quite a bit. I mean, right now I feel incredibly knackered. Like, I got up so late today and my whole body just feels really sluggish. All my joints, especially my elbows and my knees, just feel like they want to fall apart, and it's so difficult just to stand. And I know the reason why. It's because I've been binge eating a lot of chocolate, especially yesterday, and too much sugar. Like, I'm talking about proper Cadbury bars this big, and having half of that and then half of like Galaxy bars this big as well. It's like, I know it's not good. Like, all that sugar just makes me feel extremely sluggish and sick, and upsets my stomach as well. And yeah, I've felt like this before when I had too much chocolate, and I feel like this again. And it's like, you're probably asking, why do I put myself through that? And that is a good question. Like, I guess I just can't help it, I suppose. Just comfort eating, binge eating to manage my stress. And if you've been following me, I have been talking about why I've been feeling so stressed lately. Like with the job centre, and then kind of separating from a close friend, stuff like that. But yeah, just binge eating is just a very unhealthy comfort habit that I do to manage my stress, and I know it's not good, but just can't be helped at times, I suppose. And that leads to me gaining weight as well, which is another problem in itself. But now that I brought up the job centre, I am still a bit confused, because I tried to close the Universal Credit claimant the second time, and they still replied that I've been awarded some sort of benefit where I can claim Universal Credit, but I don't need to work. But then a few days ago, I received a letter asking me, well, basically informing me that my ESA is being turned into New Style ESA, which is kind of managed by the job centre as well. So I'm just waiting for appointment to see that. And then just to see what is going on, because I received a letter saying I can claim new style ECA, but then I'm receiving emails from Job Centre saying that I've been awarded, was it LCW? I can't quite remember what it was, but I'm just really confused what's going on with the system and with my account, I guess. So I'm just waiting for them to book me an appointment, which I have to attend. And I also need to take proof of my identity and stuff. So yeah, that's still been causing me quite a bit of stress. Obviously I'm still worried about the future and stuff, just unsure what's going to happen with myself, and if I'll be able to cope. Will I be able to become independent and stuff like that? But yeah, just the same usual things that have been stressing me out. But yeah, I mean, other than that, not really a whole lot has been going on for the first week of the new year. Obviously I've still been continuing writing my book and doing some drawings for it, which I'd say I'm still trying to figure out what the overall plot of the story is going to be. I still need to kind of figure out some story elements and what the overall story is going to be, which is quite weird, because usually when I go into a book I usually plan it all out and have a set plan of what happens in each chapter, what developments happen between each characters and the overall ending. But this is the first book that I'm kind of going into where I just don't know what the overall plot is about, or what even where the story is heading. I'm just kind of like, there's a rough plan out that I did, but for the most part I'm just kind of making it up as I write, which is very unlike my usual style. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but yeah, it's just something that's a bit unusual for me, I suppose. But overall I am still having fun with it and drawing out the characters, which I'm realizing more and more every day is just requiring much more drawings than I originally thought. But overall I am still enjoying the writing and the drawings of it, so I guess that's what matters most, I suppose. But other than that, yeah, it's just been, for the most part, a quiet week, a quiet start to the new year, but not a very healthy one for me. But yeah, if anything else comes up in the week, then I'll be sure to report on it. Actually, there was something interesting that happened about almost 3 weeks ago now, and for whatever reason I didn't mention it. I don't know why. I guess at the time I just didn't feel it was anything too interesting to talk about. But I'm bringing it up anyway now. But about 3 weeks ago, so for a while now through social media, I've kind of been posting my drawings of my characters that will be featured in my books. And because I'm writing my current book now, I'm also doing drawings, so I often draw them and then put them kind of organized them into like a sheet showing the process. So you see like the base body, and then you see like drawing an outline and a pencil shading and then the final result of the drawing. So I've been doing that, and I'm posting them through social media just to kind of, I guess, to give whoever is following my work just like updates and process of how the book is forming and how the drawings are coming about, and to kind of give a bit of like insight behind why each character are the way they are or why they look the way they do. But coming back to what I mentioned that happened about 3 weeks ago. So I posted one of my drawings of a gyroid, which appears in Room 8, so the trilogy of my first 3 books. And it's going to be a guest monster that will be featured in my upcoming book as well. So I basically posted that on social media, and then someone on Facebook basically saw that and then really took interest in the overall design of the gyroid and actually wanted to feature it in a bestiary that he's forming. So basically this is someone who's set up a Facebook group, and from what I understand, he likes a lot of mythical sort of beasts and monsters, and he's kind of compiling a bestiary to kind of basically put together all the folklore and mythical beasts that we kind of know of, like dragons and goblins and stuff like that. He's compiling all that throughout the history, but he's also compiling, well, or rather adding monsters and mythical beasts designed and created by other creators, so in this instance by me for the book. So he took an interest in my character, the gyroid, and wants to add it. And yeah, I basically said it was fine too. And then he just kind of sent me like a long list of questions for it. And he apparently did biology in the past, so he's kind of like trying to, quote, make sense of each beast's like lifestyle and habitat and stuff. So he basically sent me a long list asking all sorts of questions about the gyroid. Things like, what animal does it closely resemble the most on Earth? How does it breed? What's its lifespan? What elemental attacks does it have? Or, just all these sorts of questions that never even crossed my mind when I designed the gyroid for the books. For me it was just like, yeah, I just need an enemy of this kind of archetype to be featured in this book. I didn't go into full details of like, how does it breed, what kind of habitat does it like. I mean, I did go into light stuff about that here and there in the books, but nothing super deep. So when he sent me that list, I had to really think much more in depth about the gyroid. Like things like, what's its lifespan? How does it mate? What age does it reach maturity? And I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of made it so that it kind of makes the most sense. Like, because I'd say a gyroid closely resembles a turtle, since that's what I based it on. I just kind of made it more relevant to how turtles live and stuff, I guess. But no, it was pretty fun. And then he sent me, like when I completed the list and sent as much information I could, he basically put all that together and had AI art create it. So the one here is my drawing and the one here is the artwork created by AI, which is based on my gyroid. And yeah, he says, like, he sent me that image and I okayed it and said it was fine. So that's going to be the image that will be featured in his Beast Diary whenever he comes around to publishing it. And obviously, of course, when he posted that link in the group, he linked it to my page and mentioned my book and stuff like that. So in a way, it's kind of cross promotion, but at the same time, it's like, it's nice to have my creation kind of featured in like a third party sort of environment, if that makes sense. But yeah, once we'd done that, I continued posting more of my character designs on social media, and he saw another one, Shadow Guiper, and he actually wanted to add this one to his Beast Diary as well. So I actually literally just finished answering all the same questions, but this time aimed towards Shadow Guiper. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see how the AI art will turn out for him, just because I feel that Shadow Guiper's case is quite unique and it might even be difficult to translate him, or for the AI art to kind of understand and kind of render him out. But I guess only time will tell. So I've sent him the answers and yeah, just currently waiting to hear back from him. But yeah, it's just like, it's a very like small and side project that doesn't really feel like, it doesn't feel like I have much to do on my side other than just answer, I guess in some cases, quite difficult questions. But other than that, it's mainly handled more on his side. But even then, it kind of feels nice to like have my designs kind of featured in some other form rather than just my books. And I guess, you know, it's nice to kind of get recognized as well, like to the level where someone took enough interest to basically turn one of my creations into another thing to be included in his own project. But yeah, overall it's quite a nice and warming feeling, I suppose, which, you know, I've not really been able to feel much of lately. So this is just something that's very small, that's just kind of brought a bit of a smile to me, I suppose. And I'm sure you can tell by the tone of the way I'm speaking and my expression, I definitely do appear more happier or like more joyful. But yeah, it's just something small but feels very rewarding, I guess, and very warm. So yeah, don't really know why I didn't bring it up earlier, but I brought it up now. So yeah, at least something a little bit more positive to talk to in these videos. So I guess that's pretty much it for this week, so hopefully I'll see you next Saturday. That's it for this video. My name is Hoiman, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. And remember, always look forward, keep hope alive, and remember, you're somebody.